Hello, welcome back to Just Smell Better, the best fragrance channel in the world. I am back with an unboxing video, blind buys, but this time I got too many, bro. I got some underrated designer fragrances that I haven't had the time to catch up on, so today is the day. Here is my huge box from Aura Fragrance, one of the best discounters out there. We got a lot of D'issey fragrances by Issey Miyake. I already got this one. This is a replacement for my samples. We got this one called Solar Blaze. We got this one called Eau&Cedre, something like that. This one just says Nuit Eau&Cedre. This one says D'issey Eau de Parfum. I don't know what these are. We got a Guerlain. We got Guerlain Vetiver Edt. We got Dolce&Gabbana Intenso. And we got Spicebomb Infrared Edt de Parfum. And we got the brand new Choo Man Parfum. So let's start unboxing these fragrances. There will be some very quick first impression reviews, or else it's gonna be a long video, man. It's gonna be a long one. I do want to start off with the new one. I've been trying to collect every new designer fragrance of 2026, and I am yet to own a Choo Man fragrance until now. We got the new one. It is called Parfum. I am going to need the tester strips for this video. Usually I like to spray on my skin, but we got too many colognes for that. Let's check it out. The brand new Choo Man Parfum. It's always hard to see these reflective bottles with my light on, but it is just a golden bottle, golden block. Let's see what it smells like. Is it good enough to compare to the competitors in 2026? I'm not gonna lie. Smells a little bit boring. Smells spicy, citrusy, and kind of like myself, like the myself Le Absolute, which I do like, but again, don't really need this when you got so many other alternatives. Smells decent though. A fresh, spicy fragrance, a little bit fruity, but it's all right. I feel like, I don't know, never been a fan of Choo fragrances from the ones that I've tried in store, and this one doesn't stand out at all, like in the big 2026 compared to the other releases. I feel like it is mid. I don't want to be too harsh. Again, I haven't worn it. This is a first impression video, but for right now, I'm gonna give it like a solid 6 out of 10, nothing crazy. I feel like since we got so many Issey Miyake fragrances, I'm gonna leave them until the end if you're interested in those. But for right now, I'm going to unbox the popular Spicebomb Infrared Edt de Parfum. I haven't had the chance to get this one. I smelled it in store like 2 years ago and it was kind of decent, but haven't smelled it since. So let's see if it's still worth the money. Here we go. Oh my goodness, bro. This bottle is beautiful. Can't believe this was missing in my collection. Like, just for the bottle alone, that's why I got it, honestly. Let's check it out. Let's see what it smells like. Ooh, okay. It's decent. I'll be honest, a lot of the Spice Bomb smells similar. Not that I think about it. It smells like the metallic musk, like that musky smell, but it has the similar black pepper smell from the Extreme, which is really strong. I was decanting it the other day and I got some on my finger, and all that smell was black pepper, so I do get a similar pepper from this one. Or maybe it's not pepper, I'm gonna just say some sort of spiciness, but the main point is, it makes sense. It is a spice bomb, so they're all spicy. I feel like this one leans more towards the sweet side of the spice bombs. I don't want to say like as sweet as the Night Vision Eau de Parfum, but maybe towards the bubblegum type of sweetness. At least compared to the, you know, the Extreme, the metallic musk, it is a little bit sweeter, but still more of a musky, spicy, masculine scent. I do like this one. I feel like anyone can wear it, honestly, if you're old, if you're young. Really good. I'm happy to do another ranking Spice Bomb videos because this one is pretty good. Probably like it more than the Eau de Parfum from the Night Vision one, so I'm gonna give this one like a solid 7.5 out of 10. Let's try this Guerlain fragrance. It is called Vetiver. So I don't think this one's part of the Guerlain L'Homme Ideal line. I could be mistaken, but this one just says Vetiver and that's it. So let's see what it's all about. Here we have Guerlain Vetiver. I'm usually not a big fan of the note of vetiver, but we'll see if this one convinces me otherwise. Yeah, I'm honestly not getting anything special. It is a nude to lit, I just noticed, so it might be a little bit weak, but I don't want to, you know, make any accusations yet. To me, I just get like a very green, herbal, woody scent Nothing too strong, demanding, masculine. It is kind of like a subtle fragrance. But yeah, vetiver just kind of smells weird sometimes. It can have like a, I don't want to say sour, but I'm having trouble finding the right word for it. I don't know, it can just smell weird sometimes, and this one doesn't smell that bad, but it also doesn't smell that good. So I'm a 50-50. I feel like just get other Guerlain fragrances. Like for example, right now I've been loving the Guerlain L'Homme Ideal Extreme. That one entered the top 10 colognes in my collection. So I recommend just getting that one. This one's a nice freshie, but nothing too interesting for me. I'm gonna give it like a solid 5.5 to 6 out of 10. Next up, let's try this Dolce&Gabbana, which I haven't seen much talk about it. We got Dolce&Gabbana Intenso. It is one of these fussy boxes, and it has the notes in the bag. 3 notes. It has bergamot, lavender, cypress. Okay, here it is. We got a brown bottle of Dolce&Gabbana, and it looks like the Parfum fragrances. Not the Parfum, the light blue fragrances. I don't know how I feel about it. I kind of like it, but I also kind of don't. This one's interesting. I feel like it smells like a dad cologne, but I can't decide whether it's like a drunk dad or a hardworking dad. You know what I mean? Like, let me spray this one on skin. Yeah, it's definitely interesting, bro. It's pretty complex. Pretty complex. Like, I mean, obviously from the notes, I can tell it has bergamot, because you do get like a bright citrus in there that kind of makes it feel like a light blue fragrance. Like it lifts it up and it gives it that classic DNA, but it also is like toned down with like a lot of woodiness. It probably is the cypress. I don't know what cypress smells like, I'll be honest. Very complex, very interesting, definitely unique. So I'm excited to actually pull this one out and see how it performs on me. Like, am I gonna like it? Am I gonna smell too harsh and intense? Or is it gonna like smell like a classic masculine cologne, which I do enjoy those. Maybe like a Dolce&Gabbana The One. It has my attention and I cannot wait to wear it, so that's a positive. I'm gonna give this one like a solid 7 out of 10. I don't wanna, you know, hype it up too much, and I don't wanna hate on this, so in the middle, but I'm leaning towards the positive side. Let's move on to the Issey Miyake's, because I got so many. Let's start off with Solar Lavender. Okay, here we go. We got a gray bottle of these Issey Miyake fragrances. All of these Issey Miyake's Louis D'issey Parfums are all really good, honestly. All the ones that I've tried are really good, so I wanted to see if there was more underrated ones. Let's see if I like these ones. Also, we got Solar Lavender. Okay, this one smells nice for sure. I feel like since it is my 5th fragrance, my nose is going nose blind and all the smells are combined in my room, so I might not do it justice, but this smells decent. It smells interesting enough, but it smells soft and subtle, almost like a laundry detergent, soap type of smell, which I mean, it is lavender, so of course it's gonna feel like clean. It also has the same like Ambroxton feeling, like the wood with the Louis D'issey Guerlain Vetiver, which I do enjoy, so it's pretty nice. I don't think I'm gonna like it more than the Vetiver one, so it's gonna be in the middle, like a solid 6 out of 10. This one is called Louis D'issey Guerlain Eau de Parfum, so let's see if it's better than the Eau&Cedre, I guess. I don't know if they're different. Let's check it out. I mean, they look different enough to me. This one is also like in a gray bottle type of color. Obviously the OG is this one right here. I mean, it looks pretty similar to the Solar Lavender one, so I guess let's see what the differences are. Oh, this one smells kind of decent, I'm not gonna lie. It smells decent. It smells just fresh, clean, and green. I mean, I do get the similarities to the OG Eau&Cedre, but like a little bit less strong on the syntheticness, which is not a bad thing. I'm not saying synthetic equals bad, but this one just feels smoother, so I guess it all depends on preferences, but it does smell very similar to the OG Eau&Cedre for the Issey Miyake. Again, it is this one, which I absolutely love, so not bad, not bad. I'm gonna just have to see if I guess the performance is better since it's an Eau de Parfum. So overall, like a solid 7 out of 10. Really do like the smell. I'm running out of space, so I'm gonna have to scooch these fragrances a little bit. Next up, we got Louis D'issey Parfum Eau&Cedre. I don't know how to pronounce it, but let's check it out. I guess this one looks a little bit more brownish. Kind of looks like a Ninja Turtle dirty brown. Let's check it out. I get a very similar DNA to the Eau de Parfum, to the OG, but a little bit woodier, which I'm assuming is whatever this second word is. I think it's cedar, which is like a type of wood, so I'm basing it on context clues. I don't know. It smells green still, smells fresh. I'm gonna test it out on skin. Yeah, I mean, it smells decent. It smells like a cologne. That is what the Issey Miyake brand, the Louis d'Issey Parfum line is good at doing, smelling like traditional masculine colognes. But I feel like this one is more on the boring side. I'm not gonna lie, I much prefer the Parfum, the OG, the Vetiver, the Wood and Wood. So I don't see myself choosing this over every other one and recommending it to you guys. This one, I'm a little bit let down, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm gonna give it like a solid 5 out of 10. And the final one we got right here is a black bottle. We got Nuit d'Issey. So different name, not Louis d'Issey. This one is called Nuit d'Issey. Last fragrance of the video. Let's end it off on a positive note. Here we got the black bottle Nuit d'Issey. Let's hope it's actually good. I like this one. I like this one. Right away, some differences. Even just in the citruses, I feel like it has a different sort of citrus. It doesn't have the same classic ones. This one feels like sweeter and greener at the same time. I don't know how to explain it, but it kind of smells like a mixture of the Guerlain Vetiver and the Spicebomb Infrared. I don't know how. Some spiciness in there too. Yeah, I like this one. I like this one again. Nothing too interesting since they all kind of smell pretty similar. So you don't need all 4 of them, or in this case, all 7 of them. I do own 7, I believe. So you don't need all of them. You just need 1 of them, and they'll probably serve you right since they all smell very similar with just small differences. So yeah, I like this one. What can I say? It smells good. It smells like a traditional masculine cologne, like all the other ones, just a little bit better than this one. Probably better than this Solar Lavender. I'm gonna give this one like a solid 7 out of 10 also. But yeah, here we go. I'm just trying to catch up on designer fragrances since I'm always buying new ones. I'm trying to get back to the classics, the ones that I've missed out on. Like for example, there's no way I was missing Spicebomb Infrared. Come on now, I need to lock in. But yeah, if you want to sample these colognes, I'll probably do like a discovery set for the Issey Miyake fragrances, so you don't have to buy every individual one. And yeah, all of these colognes will be available to sample in my sampling store, smellbettersamples.com. The link will be in the description. Thank you for watching. Just smell better.